Alright, imagine if one day our world just changes, that massive gates start popping up everywhere, and these gates, they lead to dungeons filled with monsters. But here's the kicker: some people gain superhuman powers and become hunters. Their job is to go into these dungeons, take down the monsters, and keep the world safe. Sounds cool, right? Except not all hunters are created equal. That's where our boy Sung Jin-woo comes in. Now Jin-woo isn't just weak, he's literally the weakest hunter alive, like E. Rank. To put it in simply, this guy is the kind of hunter who could probably lose a fight to a house cat. The other hunters make fun of him, call him a liability, but Jin-woo keeps showing up to raids because he's gotta pay his mom's hospital bills and take care of his sister. He's basically the underdog of underdogs. So one day Jin-woo joins this small raid team for what's supposed to be an easy D-rank dungeon. It's low-stakes stuff, right? They're all laughing, joking around, and then bam, they stumble across a hidden area, a double dungeon. And if you know anything about dungeons, you know double dungeons are basically the oh crap moment where everything goes downhill. They walk into this massive temple and right away something feels off. There are these creepy stone statues everywhere and one huge statue sitting on a throne. The team's like, what is this place? But before they can figure it out, the dungeon locks them in. Then the rules show up, literal glowing rules written on the walls, stuff like worship God and prove your faith. And the hunters, they have no idea what that means. And then the massacre begins. The statues come alive, start swinging weapons, and people are dying left and right. Jin-woo tries his best to help, but it's a total bloodbath. Only a few hunters manage to escape, and Jin-woo, he gets absolutely wrecked just as he's about to die. But something crazy happens. A system window pops up like a video game interface, and it says you have been chosen as a player now. At this point, Jin-woo's thinking, what the hell is this? But he's dying, so obviously he clicks accept, and then he wakes up in a hospital alive but different. He starts seeing quests pop up in front of him like do 100 push-ups or run 10 kilometers. At first he's like, is this some kind of sick joke? But when he completes the quests, he gains stat points, strength, agility, stamina. It's like he's a real-life RPG character. And the best part, he can level up. And guys, this is where things get insane. Jin-woo starts grinding, doing all these ridiculous daily quests. At first it's small stuff, getting a little faster, a little stronger, but then the system sends him into something called an instant dungeon, and this is where he fights monsters solo for the first time. He barely survives, but he levels up, gets stronger, and finds loot like it's a treasure hunt. Now Jin-woo's secret is that he's not like other hunters. Regular hunters are stuck at whatever rank they're born with, but Jin-woo, he's limitless. He can grow stronger every single day, and no one else knows what he's capable of. Fast forward a bit and Jin-woo takes on bigger challenges. He faces monsters way above his pay grade, like this massive snake boss called Kasaka in another instant dungeon. This thing's basically a killing machine, but Jin-woo uses his brain, outsmarts it, and takes it down. When the system rewards him, he starts getting even crazier abilities like the power to summon shadow soldiers, basically undead minions that do his bidding. His first shadow soldier, a giant beast named Kaisel, who's basically his personal flying Uber. But here's the thing, the world outside the dungeons isn't standing still. Stronger gates are opening, bigger monsters are coming out, and everyone's freaking out. Jin-woo starts joining bigger raids, and this is where people start noticing that he's not exactly the weak little E-rank guy. They remember one of the best moments in Season 1, the Red Gate arc. Jin-woo gets trapped in this brutal dungeon with a bunch of other hunters. It's a frozen wasteland filled with terrifying ice monsters. Everyone else is panicking, thinking they're gonna die, but Jin-woo, he's like, nah, I got this. He solo clears the monsters, levels up even more, and basically saves everyone's lives. By the time he gets out, people are starting to realize this guy is something special. And then there's Yu Jin-ho, this rich kinda clueless dude who looks up to Jin-woo like a hero. Jin-ho becomes Jin-woo's sidekick, and their dynamic is awesome. Jin-ho's always trying to prove himself, and Jin-woo, even though he's super OP, now stays humble and helps him out. But let's not forget the bigger mystery here, the system that's helping Jin-woo. It's not just some random game mechanic, there's something way bigger going on, like cosmic level stuff. The dungeons, the hunters, the monsters, it's all tied to these powerful beings called the rulers and the monarchs, who are gearing up for a war that could destroy the world. By the end of Season 1, Jin-woo has gone from the weakest hunter in the world to someone who's basically unstoppable. But the story leaves us with so many questions. What's the true purpose of the system? Why was Jin-woo chosen as the player, and what's this looming threat that everyone keeps hinting at? And that's where Season 1 ends, guys. Jin-woo's journey is just getting started, and trust me, it gets even crazier from here. If you thought this was hype, wait until you see what happens in Season 2, but that's a story for another day. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments what's your favorite moment from solo leveling. Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next